Hey guys, it's Jen here from Nails by Jen. Welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time to my channel, welcome to my channel. So today's video is going to be life update number 3. I am a little late with this update. It should have been done at the end of October. So I'm a little bit like, 2 weeks late? Yes, because it's November 13th today. I'm about 2 weeks late. I've just been really busy. I've had a lot going on in my life. So today's video is going to be kind of all over the place, as these videos are, because I just have a lot to talk about that's kind of gone on in a month and things to share with you. So one of the things I'm going to do is a weight loss journey update, just like a life update, what's been going on with me. I'm going to talk about how NBJ Essentials has been going. I've also got a nail haul to share with you guys, and then my plan is to take the things that I've got in my nail haul and create a nail design for you guys on some tips, because I have had a lot of requests from you guys saying that you miss my nail designs and tutorials and things like that. So I'm going to also try to fit that in there. I think that that's pretty much all that's going to be entailed in this video. It's probably going to be another long one, so settle in, grab a coffee, wine, whatever it is you want, some popcorn. We're going to be here for a little while. So if this is something you're interested in, stick around, keep watching. As always, don't forget to click that like and subscribe for me. If you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comment section below. Let's get started. Alright guys, so we're going to start off with the things that are not so great, because I want to end on a positive note. So I'm going to start off with the weight loss journey and how that is going. Basically not great. So originally the first month I lost, I believe it was 4 pounds and 2 inches. So I have not lost anything in the last month and a half. I have really been struggling. There are days that I don't eat, like literally at all, and I was living off of coffee for a few days, especially getting ready for my Christmas launch for NBJ Essentials, which I will get into a little bit later in this video. I have just had a lot of stressful things going on like everyone else in the world. And unfortunately, I have not been able to focus on the food. And the one thing that I am noticing, if you have been following me for a while, you will know that about 4 years ago, 5 years ago, 6 years ago, something like that, I started a keto journey and had a huge success. I love everything about keto. I loved everything about keto. But I had an accident basically. I was not focusing on being keto. People were cooking for me because I couldn't cook for myself. I wasn't about to tell them, you know, hey, you have to cook keto for me. And so that kind of, it's not their fault, or that's not, you know, an excuse, but I believe that is what sort of started the ball rolling of me just getting re-addicted to all of the carbs and all of the things that do not do well for me. So I was trying to get back onto keto over the past few years, and unfortunately just had not had any success. So I started with a nutrition coach, and she's wonderful. Her name is Sue. I mentioned her in my last video, I believe, or maybe the video, yeah, I think it was the last video. And she basically had me on a balanced, you know, way of eating. So I could have, you know, rice, pastas, breads, corn, all of the things that I may not have, would not have had during keto. At first I thought that was great for me. My problem is I am an all or nothing person. So if I can have it, I have a really hard time only eating a little bit of it. So I actually found myself starting to kind of go back into that binging and, you know, overeating, and just because I could have it. It's like such a stupid mindset, and I shouldn't say stupid because I'm also going to get into something that has to do with that in this video as well. But that's just how I am. So I have recently decided I am going to go back to keto. I started a week ago. Now it's only been a week, but yesterday was a prime example of, yesterday was a very busy day. I did get up in the morning. I did a bunch of stuff with NBJ. Essentials, was super busy from about 4:30 in the morning until I think it was around noon, and I hadn't eaten anything, so I made like a quick little, I made a breakfast, but it was lunch obviously, nothing big. I had a couple of eggs, some ham with, you know, in some butter, and that was it. It was very small, and it was fine. It was sufficient enough. And then I had to head out to do a bunch of errands. In particular, I wanted to get some Christmas shopping done because I am so behind. I'm usually done Christmas shopping in October, and with everything going on in my life, I hadn't even really thought about Christmas. So I headed out yesterday with the intent to get all of my Christmas shopping done, and I literally drove around the city. It was just crazy. I didn't get home till, I don't know what time it was, maybe 5 o'clock. So I got home. My brother was supposed to come over. He offered to come help me try to fix my little electric fireplace. So my brother came over and helped me do that. So it was about 7 o'clock. Now, normally at that time, and I did think about it, my go-to is to order some type of like Vietnamese food or Chinese food. Those are my favorite things to order. And it did cross my mind. And I did think to myself, you know, just order something. Just order some Chinese food. Just order like whatever. And being on the other meal plan, I think because the mindset in my head was that it's okay, I would do it. But with keto, I know that if I do that, I'm going to have to start all over again with trying to get back into ketosis and all of that stuff. And so I just found myself way more inept to say, no, you don't need to, just go make something. And so I actually made egg roll in a bowl, which is kind of an Asian style keto recipe. If you haven't tried it, it's very good. There's lots of different ways you can do it. And I wasn't annoyed. I wasn't frustrated. I wasn't like craving the Chinese food. I ate my keto egg roll in a bowl and I was totally fine. So I just find that when I can eat something, like I'm not a person who's like, oh, I can have cheesecake, I'll just have a slice. No, I'm going to eat the damn whole cheesecake. or I'm going to eat it every day till it's gone, right? Because that's just because if I can have it, I will have it. And I already feel better, I will say, like just digestive wise and bowel wise. I've had a lot of bowel issues since I was a kid, and I do 100% believe that it is like wheat, gluten, all of that stuff. It's just not good for me. So although I knew that doing the more balanced diet, I would still eat it even though it would make me sick. Whereas now I'm just going to try to really focus on doing the keto. And again, it's only been a week, but I'm not finding it hard. And, you know, it just speaks to me that last night would have been a total opportunity where I would have ordered Asian food, you know, and I didn't. It was easy to say no. I didn't battle back and forth and try to convince myself it was okay. And it was literally like, no, just make your egg roll in a bowl. And I did. So I will give you the stats. They haven't really changed. My weight actually went up. Let me just pull it up because I wrote it down here. So my weight is 189.4. My last weigh-in, which was a month and a half ago, was 189.2. So I'm up 0.2. Really, to be honest, with the way things have been going, I am okay with that. And I do think that this last week of being on keto has brought me back down because I know I was up. So that's the weight. I've started at 193.2. So I'm still technically down almost 4 pounds. So that's okay. I also did my measurements, and in regards to the measurements, I'm at 0. I didn't gain or lose anything. So again, I'm totally fine with that. I was really worried I was going to hop on the scale this morning and see a huge jump, but I did not. So that's where I'm at with the weight loss journey. Not amazing, but not terrible. And I feel a little bit, I think, motivated and excited just based on this last week going so well with the keto and how I responded last night to those thoughts in my head of having Chinese food. So that's the first thing. Okay, so next thing to talk about, again, not so great. So I have been dealing with a lot of stress. Like I said, like everyone else, we're all stressed out. Nobody can escape the stress, I feel like, these days. Children are stressed. Children should not be stressed. My anxiety has been, my nighttime anxiety has been way worse than normal. I'm sleeping about 3 hours a night if I'm lucky. And I generally don't sleep. I generally only sleep about 3 nights a week, but for some reason it just feels a lot worse lately, and I just feel so exhausted, you guys. So one of the things that I have been really struggling with lately is the negative self-talk. Now, this is something that I have struggled with, and it's something that I think I've struggled with for so long that until it gets really bad, I don't even notice it. Like, I'll call myself an idiot, and I'm sure we all do this, but it has been so bad lately, and I don't know if it's just because of the level of stress and exhaustion and everything is just seems and feels so much bigger. I have literally been like yelling at myself, like cussing at myself. You're a effing idiot. You're so stupid. Just awful, awful things. And I wanted to talk about it because, I have a hard time talking about mental health stuff because I feel like even using the term mental health is very hard for me to use because I feel like that term and that phrase is thrown out so much these days. And it's used as excuse a lot. There are a ton of people out there that have serious mental health issues, obviously, but I believe that there are a lot of people who use that as an excuse, like, I'm tired, I don't feel like going to work today, I'm going to call and say that I need a mental health day. And I mean, your boss can't refute that, they can't argue with you, because if in fact you are really having a bad mental health day, they just can't say anything. So I feel like it's hard for me to use the term mental health because I just don't ever want to come across as somebody who's just jumping on like a bandwagon and like, oh, it's just my mental health. It's my mental health. But I have definitely been struggling lately, and I have really noticed the negative self-talk. So I've been listening to, I've searched a few podcasts, and more so just like a few episodes of podcasts, and I've seen some YouTube videos. And one of the things that I learned, which I don't know how I didn't know this, 80% of our thoughts are negative, which is crazy. And on one hand, I was like glad to hear that because I literally thought it was just me. And I have even been like talking to a few of my clients and saying like, am I just a negative Nancy? Am I just being a negative person? And, of course they're so sweet and they're so kind and they're like, no, I feel like you're just going through some things. You've just got a lot going on. I don't think you're a negative person and that's just how you live your life. But of course, I still thought that, maybe it's just me. There's something wrong with me. So to hear that is a statistic, that 80% of our thoughts are negative, made me feel a little bit better that it's not just me. And, of course, then I kind of wanted to figure out why is that. And basically our thoughts are created. Now, this is not going to be like a TED Talk, people. I'm only going to talk a few minutes about this. I'm not a therapist. I'm just sharing my experience. But basically, our thoughts are there to protect us. If you're like, I'm going to go do bungee jumping, right? Your brain is going to say, no, you could die. You could break your legs. All of the like negative things, right? It's there to protect us. I've struggled with it even in regards to NBJ Essentials. The reason that I never made cuticle oils to sell for 10 years of thinking of it is because my negative thoughts were like, no, they were protecting me, right? Like, no. And there are times, of course, that our negative thoughts do protect us for a reason. But something that I also saw that just kind of hit me. Let me pull up my phone because I actually wrote it down, you guys, so that I wouldn't forget because, old lady brain here is like not good. Okay, so basically it says, you can't always control the first thought that comes into your head, but you can control the second thought. And I think I've struggled with, also trusting my gut, listening to my instincts, and being able to decipher, okay, is this just an irrational thought? Is this just a protective thought? Is this, what is this? Or is this literally my gut? And so quite often I will struggle with the first thought, and I will just sort of go back and forth and back and forth, and generally it's a negative thought, right? So to hear that just kind of put into perspective a little bit for me that, you know what, the first thought that comes in your mind, you may not be able to control that. That is an automatic thought because of a million different things that I'm not going to get into. I have been reading about it, but you know, there's just a million reasons why that would be your automatic thought, going back to childhood and all of the things. But that doesn't necessarily mean that that has to be your only thought. You know, you can say, I don't know, wake up this morning, I weighed myself, for example, and I can be like, you're a failure. You know, you have to go on YouTube, tell all these people that you failed, you're an idiot. Okay, that might be my first thought, but my second thought is, okay, but you didn't do so bad. You thought you did worse, and you are doing the best that you can with what you have, right? I mean, those are very different thoughts. My generalization is to go with the first thought. And like I said, the words that I have been, and the things that I have been saying to myself lately have been crazy. Like crazy. I watched this other video where this gentleman said, you know, write down, right in this moment, go make a list of the things that you say to yourself on a regular basis. For me, it would be like, you're an idiot, you're a failure, you're never going to be good enough, you're going to be alone for the rest of your life, you know, people think you're annoying, people think you're negative, you know, whatever these thoughts are. And then he said, take one of them, or better yet, the worst one, right? And get someone you love, your child, call your sibling, call your parent, call your best friend, your partner, and say that very thing to them. You won't. I'm not gonna call my brother and be like, yo, you're an effing idiot, you're a failure, you're a loser. Like, who would do that? And it seems pretty simple and like a duh moment that, like, obviously you wouldn't talk to someone you love like that. Why do you talk to yourself? But I think it has just become such a habit that I have been catching myself now that I'm paying attention, and it's like, girl, who are you talking to like that? It's crazy. So that is something that I am trying to work on, is the negative self-talk, because I do think that if I can work on that, I do believe that it will kind of domino effect and trickle down into other things that I'm struggling with, and it will make them better. So let me know in the comment section if you also struggle with this negative talk, and if so, if there's a podcast or anything that you have found that has been really beneficial or helpful, let me know that as well. Okay, let's get into the positive things. So I'm going to go into the NBJ studio so that I can show you what I've been working on. I really wanted to launch this video, or film this video, excuse me, before the launch, my Christmas launch, but again, things got away from me. So I'm going to share with you guys all of the new things that I have been creating for NBJ Essentials. All right, guys, so this is NBJ Essentials. I have sold a ton of stuff, and on a side note, I do not have an IKEA where I live, which is terrible. Ignore the holes in the shelves, because I originally had my printers there. I have now moved them over here, so I had to cut holes for the cords. But I have been, since I bought this shelf, I have been waiting for extra shelves to come in, and they haven't come in, and I can't just go to the store. I have to wait till they come in online. It is just a thing. So it's not as pretty as I would like, but it looks pretty nice with all the rose gold. So these are the items. These are the new things, you guys. Okay, you guys, I am super excited to have launched these products. I worked my butt off to get these products done. I actually counted, and I did almost 700 individual products for this launch. That's a lot. Okay, so let me show you what's new in the NBJ Essentials shop. 11-ounce sugar scrubs. They are whipped sugar scrubs. Okay, and let's just take a moment, right, to admire the jars. They are rose gold. I am obsessed. Took me forever to find these, but I did. I'll give you a little look-see inside. This one is Beach Party. Oh, it literally smells like a beach party, like if you were on the beach with your friends having a beach party. So these are the 11-ounce whipped sugar scrubs. They are also foaming, so they actually lather, which is so stinking nice. I'm obsessed with them. I love them so much. And they also come with, well, all of the sugar scrubs come with a little mini scoopy. So this is so that you don't have to dig your fingernails in the jar, because I hate that personally. I am not a fan of getting like the sugar and stuff under my nails, lotions and things. So I've been using this even for my face creams and things like that. Absolutely obsessed. Every sugar scrub comes with one of those. And then we've got also the NBJ Essentials gift sets. So, oh, my hair, you guys, it's like the first time I've like blown it out and it's driving me crazy. So the gift sets come with a bubble powder. This is the signature scent kit. So each kit comes with all 3 of the same scent, and I have 10 in total, which is why it took me so long and was so much work to do all of these products. So this is the bubble powder. So you could essentially split this into 3. It does say to use at least half of the pack, because that's what I do, but you could split it into 3 if you really wanted to. And basically it is a bubble bath. It's a powdered bubble bath. It has a lot of nourishing properties, so when you get out of the tub, you will feel like you've got a little bit of oil on the skin. It's very nice. I love how I feel, and it bubbles so nice. This is, I don't know which one's my favorite, but I am a bath person and I'm a bubble bath person. So this might be my #1 favorite product. Now, I do not sell it individually because I just wanted to kind of see how it went in the gift set. If I do have enough people asking, I will create it individually for sale. So that comes in the kit. You also will get a 4-ounce sugar scrub as well. So this again is the signature scent, and it is just a little 4-ounce, same jar, rose gold lid, just 4 ounces. And here is the sugar scrub. Yum. Oh, this is nice too. It's very like heavy on the strawberry. If you're a strawberry person, you would like this. So we've got those 2 items. And then you also get a 10 ml travel tube of the cuticle oil in the gift set. So they do come in a little organza bag. When I ship them out, I do not put them in the bag just because for shipping purposes, it's easier to keep it all separate. So you will notice that you will get a little organza bag that is folded, and it will have a few items in the bag. So it will have my little business card. It will also have an affirmation card, something like this. So you'll get these 2 little cards, and then you'll also get your little mini scoopy, which will also be in a little pink bag. It comes in like a little pink plastic holder. So if you order your gift set, keep in mind it won't come in the organza bag. You'll have to put it in the bag yourself, but otherwise it's just too hard to ship, and you just utilize way too much space when they're not laying flat and everything. But this is what it will look like. I've sold a ton of the gift sets. They have been super popular. And then something else that I'm really proud of, this was something that I was not sure I was going to be able to get done, because these boxes, you guys, the struggle with the boxes. Won't get into it, but it was a struggle to get these boxes. So this is the mini cuticle oil set. So as you guys know, I sell on the website the little mini sample bottles. They are 2 ml dropper bottles with little rose gold lids. So I created a little set, and I am so proud of how this turned out. So basically, you've got the little box here. In the lid has all of the descriptions of each of the scents, and then you get your little affirmation card. There is some directions and ingredients, and then look at that. They're so cute, you guys. Absolutely love this. This is a great, first of all, stocking stuffer or Christmas gift for anyone, but it's also great if you are unsure which scent you want to buy in the 10 ml travel tube or the 15 ml dropper bottle. This is a great way to test them all out before you place an order. So those are the Christmas items. Again, like I said, I'm so proud of all of them. I'm just so proud of them, you guys. And I need to say these things to me more often, that I am so proud of myself, instead of you're an idiot, right? Like, hello, let's get real. So one other thing that I am also going to be dropping on the website soon here because I work with a shop in Regina called the Potion Bar on 13th Avenue, and I originally started selling my cuticle oils in her shop, and they just weren't moving as fast as I would have liked to. And what she mentioned to me is that a lot of her customers prefer unscented things. I am not an unscented person. I despise, to be honest, unscented things. Like, I'm using a face cream right now. Love the cream. It's actually from the Potion Bar. The cream is phenomenal, but it's unscented, and unscented things still have like a scent to them because obviously all of the ingredients do have some type of a scent, a fragrance to them, but I am personally not a fan of unscented, so I didn't even think in the beginning to create unscented things, but she mentioned it to me, so I did create a sugar scrub for her shop called Naked, and it is an unscented sugar scrub. It is not piped into the jar because I kind of just wanted it to look a little bit more natural and rustic. There's no colorants or anything. It is just the sugar scrub. And I haven't spoken to her. I just dropped them off last weekend. I haven't spoken to her to see how well they are going, but I am going to be adding these to the website to see how they go. She has also asked me to create a unscented cuticle oil. So the cuticle oil ingredients that I use right now for my cuticle oil, which I love my formulation, the unscented just has an unpleasant scent for me, so I would not use that formula. So I have to try to work on a new formula for the unscented one, because there is an ingredient that I use, vitamin E oil for example. It has a very strong pungent smell and it's not pleasant in my opinion. Now maybe people who use unscented stuff would be used to that type of a scent, but for me it's just, I don't like it and I wouldn't be proud of it. So I'm trying to think of work on a different formula for an unscented cuticle oil. That is something that is in the works, and I am attempting to work on. This hair is driving me crazy. Okay, I also have some things in the works for Valentine's Day, Mother's Day. I'm really hoping to do something for Father's Day. My brain don't stop, people. My brain don't stop. My clients, I'm always talking to them about stuff because they're the greatest people to get opinions on and like what they think. You know, I can throw around ideas and I love their feedback. So a lot of times they're like, do you sleep? Do you ever stop thinking? The answer is no, ma'am, I do not. This is why probably also my anxiety has been crazy. So those are the new products for NBJ Essentials. Now to talk about how has NBJ Essentials been doing. We as in me, have been doing very, very well. Of course, we could be doing better, always. I'm not, you know, making $60,000 a month. You know, I tend to see these YouTube videos of these women who are doing things similar to me, and they're talking about how they made $40,000 in a month. Yeah, I'm not there, definitely not. But I do think that I am doing well. As far as sales go, I had a lot of sales with the Christmas launch. This is going to be the busiest season. January is not going to really be a break because I will be buckling down for Valentine's Day and getting ready for Valentine's Day for sure. So keep in mind, I do have some things planned for Valentine's Day. I also want to work on a body oil because I've had several clients who've been using my cuticle oil as a body oil, which you can. It's just that it's a much thicker oil. It's not as slick as like a body oil would be. So that is also something on the list of things to do. The list is like bitty long, okay? So I don't know how fast I will get through this list. I have to reel myself in at times because I just get to thinking I can do 5 million things and I am just one person. I also want to give a shout out to my sister-in-law, Aaliyah. I called her a couple weekends ago and basically said, I need help, I'm drowning, because when I get to the point of I feel like I'm gonna cry, that's when I know it's time to ask for help. I have a hard time asking for help. And so she was like, okay, I know CPR, I'm coming. And so she came and spent 6 hours pretty much helping me that day. So thanks to her, I don't know that I would have got done my stuff for the launch if it wasn't for that. So Aaliyah, shout out to you. I love you, sissy sis. And my best friend Shauna also had stopped by one day, and I had some things that needed to be done, and it was very overwhelming. She was like, okay, I'll help you. So shout out to Shauna, and basically shout out to everyone who has been just supporting this business, whether you're purchasing, you are sharing my stuff on social media, you are encouraging me, you are, I don't know, part of my life that is positive. I just want to say thank you very, very, very much. Okay, so that is it for NBJ stuff. I'm now going to take you upstairs into Nails by Jen studio and show you all of the goodies that I got from the haul. And then we're gonna try to do a nail design. All right guys, so I'm gonna start off with Canada Nail Supplies. I had to place an order, so I ordered a couple of the Young Nails powders. I just needed to restock the Cover Pink and the Speed Clear. Nothing too exciting there. And then I also ordered some of the Purple Professional gel polishes. So there is one kit that I ordered called the Love Collection. So I am gonna swatch them for you in this video as well, and I'll probably just speed through it. So this one is P2040 called Love Paris, then P2041 Love Porto, P2042 Love London, you can see the theme here, P2043 Love Rome, and P2044, which is Love Athens. All right, you guys, so here they all are, and yes, they are very slightly different. Each one I did them, as you can see, in shiny and matte. Number 420, P2043 is my absolute favorite, but they are beautiful. I would say the two that are most like each other would be the P2043 and the P2040. I know they're numbered backwards here. They're the same tone, I would say, like the same color, but P2043 has the shimmer and P2040 does not. Now I want to compare them to a couple of other reds that I have. So my favorite red with them that I use all the time is I Like Lipstick, and it is P2073. That is this one here. It's like your typical bright cherry red. Now if I compare it, I would say P2041 is the one that it is the closest to. If you were deciding on buying both of them, I would say you do not need to have both. Same with Beach Heart. Beach Heart as well I have, and that one as well is pretty much identical. I've got them here. I don't remember the number of Beach Heart. I labeled it with the name instead of the number, but as you can see, they are pretty much identical. So I would say I am set for this style color of red for a long time because I've got all three of them. I won't need to restock those for a while. And then I have another red from them called Completely Trendy and also Completely Obsessed, and they are sparkles. So let's do Completely Trendy first. It's definitely more on the purpley pink. Yeah, it's not the same at all. I would say it's around the same tone as P2043, but it's much darker in color and it doesn't have the shimmer. And then Completely Obsessed is just a red. I don't know why there's a little fuzzy on here. It's just a red sparkle. It's definitely one you would want for Christmas. What I would love to see is a red like this in this type of a shimmer. I would absolutely love that. But you guys, I would say the collection is really, really nice to have. I did buy it so that I could utilize it at Christmas time. I know this is going to fly off. My clients are going to be obsessed with that one. So I've also got 2 other colors that I purchased. So I've got this one is called Give Me Hope, P2207. And then I just had to repurchase the Black Forever Strong, P2037. So I won't swatch this one for you because I already have it swatched, I believe. Is this it here? Yeah, P2037. It's just a straight, typical black. One thing I also will mention about the Love collection is the coverage on these, you guys, is phenomenal. Particularly, I think it was P2042. Yeah, like they all just really went on very well. I would still do 2 thin coats, but I know a couple of them, even with the 1 thin coat, was really, really amazing coverage. So let's swatch and show you P2207. And I bought this one because I was just looking for some other greens, and I saw this one on there. So this one is Give Me Hope. And oh, it looks like a really nice green. Okay, let's swatch that one. Alright guys, so here is the P2207 green. It is a really, really nice Christmas green. It would go beautifully with any of these. It has a little bit of a teal undertone, I would say. This might be my go-to Christmas green. The other green that I have that I've used a lot at Christmas time from the Purple Professional gel polish line is Completely in Love, excuse me. Again, I don't have the number for it, but it is a sparkly green, and it is a, I would say like a primary green color. It's just a dark green. It's really, really nice as well. This though, I don't know guys, like this with that, oh yes, this is gonna be really, really nice for Christmas. And then I just have one last thing to show you. This was something they just sent to me as a little thank you, and it is a set of decals. These very much remind me of like Ukrainian, the eggs that they do with the kiska. I don't know if the eggs have a specific name. I think they do. That's what this reminds me of. So that's really pretty too. Thank you so much, you guys, for sending me this. So that is it for the Canada Nail Supply stuff. You guys, so next I have a ton of decals to show you. These are all winter and Christmas decals, and I purchased them on AliExpress. So I thought this one was pretty cool. It's got like just lots of different little wintry flowers. It's really, really soft and pretty. I thought it would be really cool for winter. I haven't had, I've only had a few people do sort of winter nails in the last week, so I know that these are going to be popular coming into this next week because people aren't doing Christmas just yet. Very, very cool. And then I thought these were really pretty also, all different blues. There's just a bunch of deer and elk and wintry kind of scenes. I thought they were kind of cool because they're sort of like ombre or something. They're very, very nice little wolves, bears, really, really cool. These are cute, particularly the little leopard Christmas trees. I think the bows are really cute. Those would be cute for Christmas present nails. And then I've got a bunch of metallic ones. So I thought these were kind of cool too. They're like a full coverage, you know, bigger piece. You do have to be careful with those. The best thing to do with ones like that is to actually encapsulate them, not just put them under top coat. And it's hard to see, but there are some white snowflakes and such here as well. And then another metallic gold one. This has like little bits of hot cocoa. It's kind of hard to tell. I wish that, you know, when they have a lot of white in them, they would put them on a black background. It would be a lot easier to see them. Like this one says Team Santa, but it's really kind of hard to see there. I think these will be really cute as well, and they're a good size. They're not overly big or anything. And then I bought some rainbow ones because I have a lot of clients who like rainbow and color, so these are cool. Some more rainbow, snowflakes. There's some little deer in there. And another gold one. I like the sort of geometric designs. Like there's some white lines here with snowflakes. You know, I really like that look. It's a very clean look. You can just put that on a nude nail. And here's some more rainbow, same thing, very geometric. And another gold one. I apparently bought a lot of gold. I'm assuming they didn't have rose gold, or I know I would have bought that as well. And these are super cute. Look, oh, you know what? Let me do this one first because this is another geometric gold one. Okay, look at this. Look at the little, like so stinking cute. I love the lollipops. There's like mistletoe. Very, very cute. This one I thought was really pretty. It's again similar to those geometric style ones with the lines. Very pretty. I love the purples. I have a few clients who are obsessed with purple, so I know that they're going to love those. I thought these were very nice. I am not generally a red and blue, but you know, I do have a lot of clients who want poinsettias or poinsettias. I'm not sure how to say them. And I don't really have good stamps or anything. So there's only 4 really poinsettias on here. So first come, first serve, we'll get those ones, but those are really nice. Here's another geometric one. This one, is it the same as the purple? No, it's slightly different. But this is more of like a denim wintry blue. I also really like the sayings, the words. I don't have a lot of clients who get words, but I've seen so many videos with words, and I really want to utilize them more. Okay, these are so cute too. Look at the little penguins. How adorable. More red and blue. Oh, there's a couple of little poinsettias there. Poinsettia? Tell me how to say it, you guys. I thought these were kind of cute too. They're just more like diva-ish, you know, some little heels, just pretty girls, pretty little ladies taking selfies, drinking hot cocoa. More like diva, winter. These are nice. You get 3 different colors. Very, very cool. Purple, green, oh, 4 different colors actually. There's a green, purple, sort of like a denim-y blue, and then a brighter blue. Very cool. These are cute little snowmen. Some of the images, you guys, on the sticky, these are all sticky decals, by the way, not water decals, but some of the images are so clear and so crisp and so cute, you guys. Here's another one with some snowflakes or snowmen. Like that, you would have to have a pretty big nail. You could put it sideways, but it is cute. Very, very cute. I really liked the color scheme of this one. I did a set of nails where I did like reds and teals, and they were very popular. So I thought this was really cool. There's lots of little words on this one, which I'm excited to use. Like I said, this is really nice too. It kind of reminded me of gingerbread cookies because the way the snowflakes are made. There's even some Happy New Year. The candy canes. Oh, look at the candy canes, are so cute. Okay, and then I've got a couple of metallic ones. These are cute as well. Little snowman. It says Merry Christmas in his beard. Ho, ho, ho. And then I have the same one in a red metallic. All right, so those are all the decals. I don't know that I've ever bought that many decals for one season, but I'm sure they will get utilized. And then, you guys, I bought a bunch of brushes. And look at how pretty these are. So I don't even really remember exactly what I all bought. This is supposed to be a 100% Kolinsky acrylic brush. Let me pop it open and see what I think so far. So I can tell you right off the bat, the hairs do not look great. Even this one is all split. It's quite thick. I don't remember. Oh, it says size number 12. Now this one, the lid is like that, right? It's a smaller one, but I will give it a try and see. I'm always looking at acrylic brushes. I currently use my Joann's, the big one, and it's still my favorite brush so far. So we shall see how this one goes, if I like it. I love that it's pink and rose gold, of course. And then I have this, which I'm not sure what this is. Oh, this might be, yes, I think I ordered this a long time ago and it finally came. It's for doing acrygel, but I won't use this. I can tell you right now, I have an acrygel brush from Beamy and I am obsessed with it. So it has a very nice skinny long spatula end on it. Absolutely love it. And the brush is really soft and long. So comparing to this one, you can see huge difference and huge difference. I will not be using this. I don't even know how long ago I ordered it. But clearly it finally came. So I will just throw it in the giveaway pile, and at some point down the road I will do some kind of a giveaway. You guys know I've done huge giveaways in the past, but I definitely don't have the product like I used to because I'm not filming as often. But someday I will have a big enough giveaway pile that I will do a giveaway. All right, now these I believe are nail art brushes, and I think there's a couple things that stood out to me when I purchased them. Obviously, the color of them being pink, and number two, the fact that they are written on the brushes to tell you which one is which. So we have got a 4 millimeter, a 8 millimeter, 12 millimeter, 20 millimeter, and 25 millimeters. So let's open them up and see what they're like. Look how tiny, you guys. This is gonna be phenomenal for nail art. I can tell already. So I'm fast forwarding through this part, you guys, because this video is getting way too long and I have to cut some parts down. But basically these brushes all look phenomenal. They are super fine, and you will see when I do the nail art that I'm going to use one of them in that. All right, we are almost getting through all of the stuff. So Born Pretty reached out to me and asked me if I wanted to show you guys some products. So I said, yes, give them to me and I will share them with all of my friends. All right, guys, so this item here it's called Shiny Glitter Painting Gel. So this is like a gel paint. Look at that. It is beautiful. So it's like a holographic rose gold. So I've got a white swatch stick, black swatch stick, and clear so I can show you guys. And I don't want to use the new nail art brushes because I always have separate striping brushes and detail brushes for glitter and for non-glitter gels because I don't like to have to worry about the glitter getting in. So I really enjoyed working with this stuff. It was actually really, really nice, and you could get a very fine line with it. As you can see, it shows up very well on the black. It also showed up really good on the clear. I was quite surprised, and especially on the white as well. You could do a crisscross pattern to create a Christmas present or some plaid. And then I've also got this one here. This is a sparkly gel, BP24. It's really, really pretty. It is a soak-off gel, and I'm just going to swatch this over clear for you guys. I only do the one coat on the clear, and then I do 2 coats over the white just so that you can see how it darkens up with the second coat. It gets a lot more pink. It's very nice. And I'll just show you this one too. If you did it over, right, instead of a clear nail, right, when it's clear, it's just very see-through. There's a better close-up look too of what it looks like. But when you put it on the nail, you get a little better idea of the transparency. It's really pretty. Okay, so the next item I'm a little confused on. This says 6-in-1 nail glue for nail tips. But what I actually chose was a rhinestone glue. So this is what I chose. So it's a rhinestone glue. It also doubles as a chrome gel to do chrome designs. So I'm not really sure if they sent me the wrong item. I'm going to quickly search on their website. 6-in-1 in one. And yeah, it looks like they sent me the wrong item. So the 6-in-1 nail glue, you can only, okay, so here it says you can use it as a base gel, an extension gel, a nail glue. I'm assuming this is to glue on full tips. A nail strengthener. You can use it as a watercolor gel, and a top coat. So it has 6 different options. I will say, let me check out the consistency. Yeah, it's a nice viscosity. I won't probably be testing it out today. Maybe I'll use it as the watercolor. We could try that and see what it does, perhaps in the nail art. But anyways, that's what they gave me. I mean, it's kind of cool that it's got 6 different uses. And then the last item is actually a rubber base. So this is RBGO2. Comes in a cute little bottle, that's for sure. Now, I have never used a rubber base at all, but it's a very nice blush pink kind of color. Ooh, that is so nice. Oh my gosh, I totally would use that on myself. From what I understand with rubber bases, this is something that you use to build on a natural nail to give a little bit of extra strength. So I assume that you do a thin layer. I've seen a few people use it. I am totally winging it right now. I know on their website it says to put on a thin layer, cure it, and then put on another thin layer. But it's a bit confusing, so I'm going to put that layer on and then cure it. I know I've seen Sarah's Nail Secrets. She uses, I forget what the brand is, but she uses a rubber base gel, and she just kind of puts it on and then sort of floats it like back and forth, kind of like this, I think. So I'm going to get that into the light to cure. All right, so here it is. That is really nice, you guys. I am very tempted to use this on, try this on myself next time I do my nails. Definitely. I adore that color. All right, guys, so the last item is actually from MelodySusie. They reached out to me as well and asked me if I would review this manicure and pedicure nail drill kit, the P series. I haven't opened it. I don't remember what it looks like. It was quite a long time ago that they messaged me, so let's open it up. All right, so obviously I ordered pink. Here, so it comes with 8 drill bits, a large sapphire wheel, small sapphire wheel, sapphire callus file, sapphire cone, felt cone, mandrel and sanding bands, umbrella top cutter, round top cutter, and a dust protector. So all kinds of little goodies in here. So I will get this charged up, and then I will come back and I will film the review for you guys. All right, guys, got a good weight to it. It kind of reminded me of a sex toy actually when I pulled it out, because this is like a really soft silicone or rubber. It feels like silicone. Yeah, so I pushed this up and it was on, and then you can change how fast. There's 4 different speeds. There's also a forward and reverse option. All right, guys, so I gave this a try on my own foot. Now, keep in mind, I am not a pedicurist. I do not do pedicures, and I actually missed my last pedicure. So my feet are not in bad shape whatsoever, but they are not in as good of shape as they normally are. And I will say that, unfortunately, I would have to give this a not so good review. I hate giving negative reviews on products, especially MelodySusie. Everything that I've had from them so far I've really enjoyed, but this little guy just really did not have any power behind it. You can see I tried 2 of the bits. I'm now going in with the mandrel and the sanding band. I thought maybe I would try that and see if it worked better. It's just not really doing much. It just doesn't seem to have the power. It was fully charged, and it's kind of loud as well. So unfortunately, this is just not something that I would recommend. I'm sorry, MelodySusie, but my channel is about being real, and I have to give an honest review. All right, guys, so I am now going to do a nail design for you. So I'm wanting to do more of a wintry design rather than a Christmas design. So I'm going to utilize that rubber base gel because I absolutely love the color. And I'm also going to use that really shimmery pink from Born Pretty, the BP24. And I am going to attempt to use that 6-in-1 gel for the watercolor part as well, and I'm going to use the brushes. And yeah, so let's get going. So first I am just going to apply the rubber base to all of the nails. I just love this color, you guys. So 2 of them, I am going to apply that pink shimmer to, because I think it's just so pretty. Like, look at that over this pink color. Okay, so like I said, I'm also going to be using the 6-in-1 gel as the watercolor. So I've got a few colors that I'm going to use. I wanted to keep this very soft and pretty, so we're going in with Purple Professional gel polishes. I'm going to use P2060 Perfect Couple. I'm also going to use P2059 Perfect Ring and P2105 Be Magic, and then I'm also going to throw in a little bit of white. So I've got Forever Angel P2035. So I've got some of that clear on here that I've used to clean out my brush, and I will not need a lot of each of the colors. So I am going to start with the middle one. So let's apply this 6-in-1 gel. I'm just going to do a thin layer. Now generally I just use my Young Nail stain resistant top coat when I'm doing marbling, to be honest, because it does help the colors to blend and marble and move around. So if you don't have something like this, you can simply use a top coat. All right, let's see how good this stuff works. So I'm going to dip into the colors. So I'm going to dip into the white. Let's do some pink and a little bit of the blue. And I'm going to start in the center and just kind of work my way around. And basically you just kind of go back and forth into the colors. And let's see how well this stuff spreads. It's not really doing much, to be honest. If it's supposed to be a watercolor sort of gel, it's not really moving that much. I expected more from this. I wanted it to kind of flow out a little bit more than that. I'm going to let that sit, and I'm going to do one with my Young Nail Stain Resistant. It's not really flowing like I would like it to, if that makes sense. Okay, so that's my Young Nail Stain Resistant. Let's go in again and pick up the white, the pink, and a little bit of blue. Maybe it's the same, I don't know. So if you look over here, it has started to have that sort of bleed out, right? And the Young Nail Stain Resistant pretty much does the same thing. I'm just gonna move that out of the way. So I guess you just kind of gotta let it sit for a minute, you know, a little bit longer. So now you can see this one has definitely bled out more on the sides. So I think you just gotta let it sit a bit is what it is. But it does work. I'm just adding a few little bits here and there. So the only thing I would say is, because you have to let it sit, I would be concerned about, you see how it seeped on the side there? And I know we're not supposed to touch it with our fingers, people. I would be a little concerned about having to let it sit so long that it's going to slop onto the client's skin. So that would be my only concern about having to wait so long. But we're gonna get that into the light to cure. That's the center. We'll go back in with that and just make sure you do a thin coat, I would say, because if it's gonna have to sit for a little bit before actual curing, you do not want it to seep onto the client's skin at all. So again, I'm just gonna go in and grab my colors, and this time I'm just gonna kind of blend them up along the side. It's very soft and pretty. I'm gonna get that in the light, and then the middle one is done. I'm gonna do this one. Now these two, I'm gonna go through the nail, through the center of the nail. So again, just do a thin layer of this stuff. This stuff is pretty thick, and I'm assuming that that's also why it takes a bit for it to actually bleed. If it was thinner, I feel like it would bleed quicker, if that makes sense. So that will go in the light to cure. Okay, so for the middle one where I'm hand painting the large snowflake, I am going to put a layer of matte top coat. If you put a layer of matte top coat before you hand paint, it definitely makes it a lot easier to hand paint. The brush just glides a lot nicer. It doesn't slip as much. It's a very smooth surface. It just works a lot better. So if you're gonna hand paint, it's definitely a good idea to do a little bit of a matte top coat first. All right, so I'm now going to be using this is, I don't even know what brand this is, but it's the same as the Born Pretty stamping gel. Basically, I'm just going to squeeze a little bit, you don't need a lot with this stuff, out onto the tile. And then I'm going to hand paint a snowflake on that middle one. These ones I am going to wipe the tacky layer off, particularly the Purple Professional gel polishes. You cannot stamp on them. You have to wipe them first. They have such a slick, sort of slippery dispersion layer that the stamps won't stick to it. So I'm definitely going to give all of these a little wipe-a-roo, because I'm going to be also stamping on these ones just to make life easier. All right, so now what brush do I want to use? Let's see how long that 8mm one. Okay, let's check that 12mm. Where is the 12? I'm gonna use the 12. So I am going to just first condition the brush into that clear over here. It'll give me a better idea of what the brush looks like and if I need to cut it. So we're going to attempt to do it without cutting it. I mean, that is pretty fine and pointy. So I'm just going to wipe that, pull that nail out, move this up. All right, and there we have, I might even leave that matte underneath. So I'm going to turn this so that I can drag that new brush through there. Now you don't need a lot with this kind of gel paint. It is super duper pigmented. So I am going to start at the top in the middle and drag down. There we go. And then I'm going to do one like this. So you're going to create an X with a line through it. That's basically what you're doing for this snowflake. You could do a cross with an X, right? So then you'd have one across here as well. So maybe I will do that just because that looks a little too empty for me. Just like so. So, I mean, so far what I can say about this brush is it has a good weight to it. A trick if you find that your brush is not weighted enough, if it has a lid, put the lid on the end and that'll give you extra weight. If you find it's just not weighted enough or weighted well enough for you. Now I'm going to do some little lines. I'm going to do one here and here. Alright you guys, well, my camera stopped filming and I did not realize until I got basically done. So I apologize, I am so sorry, but basically what I did was I finished hand painting that middle nail and then I went in with some stamping. So I'm using the Born Pretty white stamping polish and I'm using this stamping plate here. Now I got this stamping plate on eBay many moons ago. I know in the past I have tried to search it for you guys to see if I could find it and was unsuccessful. The number is L056. I will try to find it again, and if I can find it, I will link it for you, but if not, any snowflake stamping plate or decal will work for this design. So I also want to talk about my nails because they are a disaster. My right hand is 6 weeks old. My left hand, I have only done 4 of the nails. I'm going back to my almond shape. My pinky nail on my left hand is crazy looking because I badly ripped off my pinky nail, so please ignore the state of my nails. I know that they are trash right now, but I'm working on it. I've just been so busy. So basically, going back to the design, the center nail I did matte, you saw that, and then I hand painted the snowflake in that gel paint. Now that gel paint dries or cures tack free, so I am just leaving it as is. Now the 2 on the ends I am going to do in matte, and the 2 on either side of the middle are going to be shiny because those are the ones that have that shimmery gel polish. So in regards to the stamping, all I did with the snowflakes on the outer nails was I stamped some snowflakes towards the outer side and just one in the center, you can see there. And then on the nails that would be the ring finger and the pointer finger, those 2 I just did, as you can see, 2 large stamps of snowflakes, 1 on each nail, and I put those towards the center. Again, you guys, I apologize. This was supposed to be a nice little tutorial for you guys, and I just did not notice that my camera stopped filming. So hopefully you were able to get the gist of it by my explanation, but if you have any questions, please just ask me below and I will do my best to help you out. Alright you guys, so here is the final look. Very soft and pretty. Something super simple and easy for you guys to do in your nail studio or on yourself. And you could opt out for hand painting if you just have a large stamp like one of these. You could put that in the middle as well. Alright guys, so that is it for this video. I know it's another long one. These videos will probably always be long because there's just a lot to share with you guys. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please share it with someone else. And as always, have an amazing day.